Funeral services for former Wisconsin Governor Patrick Lucey will be held tomorrow in Milwaukee. Lucey was 96 when he passed away a week ago. He had a remarkable life, a state lawmaker, state Democratic Party chairman, lieutenant governor, governor, U.S. ambassador to Mexico, and vice presidential candidate. In December of 2009 and February of 2010, Lucey did more than 20 hours of interviews with Milwaukee documentary filmmaker Chip Duncan and his co-worker, producer and researcher Pat Ostermick. The interviews haven't been broadcast until now. The oral history provides rare insights into Lucey, the pragmatic politician. In 1964, he was elected lieutenant governor. Lucey was a Democrat, but the governor at the time, Warren Knowles, was a Republican.
So here I am suddenly as the lieutenant governor serving with Warren Knowles, a Republican governor. And Warren and I got along pretty well, but I ran against him in '66 because I certainly didn't want to get into the rut of being everybody's lieutenant governor. It paid, I think, $7,500 a year, and your responsibilities were very limited. They were pretty much just what the governor told you to do.
Lucey lost that race, but he ran again in 1970 after Knowles retired, and he won. A proud Irish Catholic, Lucey had a close connection to the Kennedy family. As state Democratic Party chairman, he helped John Kennedy win Wisconsin in 1960, advising Kennedy to borrow a page from Senator Bill Proxmire's campaign playbook.
I told him at the outset that he would be expected to campaign like Proxmire campaigned. I said, Proxmire does plant gates at 6 in the morning, and he does shopping centers and teas in the afternoon and a dinner that night and maybe another plant gate in the evening. And that's what's expected of candidates in Wisconsin. And so he went along with that for quite a while. And at some point he asked me, well, what do you think? How are we doing? And I said, well, I think that we're well ahead of Humphrey. He says, well, then couldn't we stop this Proxmire formula?
Lucey was such a Kennedy Democrat that he walked out of the Democratic Convention in 1980 when his candidate, Ted Kennedy, lost the nomination fight to Jimmy Carter, the current president and the man who appointed Lucey ambassador to Mexico. Lucey endorsed third-party candidate John Anderson, a Republican congressman from Illinois, and ultimately became his running mate. Asked about his move away from his party, Lucey didn't see it that way.
Well, I didn't consider it a move away from the party. I consider myself a Democrat throughout the campaign, and I was just working for and with the candidate that I thought would make the best president.
After polling as high as 25% in the three-way race, Anderson and Lucey ultimately fell back and received about 7% of the vote in the November election. Again, our thanks to filmmaker Chip Duncan, who says he plans to make the Lucey tapes accessible to the public in the future. Wisconsin politics today. We're polarized and highly engaged, but how long can this last? That's when Up Front continues.